What is up, guys, and welcome back to Season 4 of F1 2016 Career Mode. We're here for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and hopefully today we can snag ourselves a podium, maybe even a race win at this racetrack. We've got some upgrades coming in the form of downforce. It's a track that I'm going to be more suited to anyway, and just in general in the first episode I did not drive well, so I'm looking forward to a much more successful round here in Bahrain. So coming into this round, Ferrari have upgraded their downforce as well, and just edged themselves ever so closer to the front of the field. They had a really good round in the first one, so it looks like they might be the, the championship contenders, as opposed to Red Bull, who got off to a pretty shaky start, it must be said. But here we are in Friday practice, just getting those resource points under our belts. A bit of a tank slapper there on the exit of the triple left-hander. Always a tricky corner on approach, not really on the exit, which we saw there. It was, it felt like it wasn't much of a slide on board, but when I looked at it from the third-person camera, that was a massive, massive slide. But in the end, we had a pretty successful session, got all the resource points we needed, so that's all I can ask for. It's time for quali.
The cars are ready, the drivers are ready. We hope you're ready as qualifying is about to begin here in Bahrain.
Alright, so here we are in qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix. As you saw in practice, I think I just got outside the top 10, which isn't a bad shout, considering early in the weekend. It's very hard to be competitive against the AI, so we're there or thereabouts, and I think we can easily get out of qualifying one on a set of super soft tyres, so that's what I'm doing. Waiting till the end of the session for the track to cool out. It is the evening, so it's different to an afternoon session, because just at the end of an evening session, you're just going to find so much more time because the track is going to be that much cooler. The rubber is going to be laid down by all the other cars, and there we go, straight into P10 on our banker lap. So I'll take that. 1.3 seconds away from the pace setter of Sebastian Vettel. Again, the Ferraris are looking very solid this season. This has almost come out of nowhere. They haven't really had any upgrades apart from the downforce, which we saw coming into this round. So Ferrari could be the new challenger in Season 4. Red Bull doesn't look like they have much of an answer at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see. So qualifying 2 now, and we go P5 on our banker lap. That was with the same set of tyres we used in qualifying 1. I think towards the end of this session, I might put on a set of softs and start the race on a harder compounded tyre if I can make it through to qualifying 3. We can find 3/10 on this next set of tyres if we just do a really good job. I think we can find more than 3/10, to be honest, because the first lap that I did, it wasn't perfect by any means. I was actually struggling with the traction because it was a used set of super soft tyres. So a fresh set of softs, they're going to hold out better over the course of the lap anyway, so I'll be hopefully finding a bit over 3 or 4 tenths, and that should easily get us through to qualifying 3. At the moment, up by almost 5 tenths as we go through the middle sector, and if we can pull this off, this is going to put us in a really good position for the rest of the weekend. It's P9, and we're through to qualifying 3 on a set of soft compound tyres, and Vettel actually does the same strategy there. So heading into the race, Vettel is going to be our rival, I suppose. But jumping into qualifying 3 and looking at the results, it doesn't look like I've done that well, but to be honest, I got the absolute maximum out of the car. 6 tenths away from Sebastian Vettel. You know, it's not too bad, but when you look at Lewis's time, he put in an absolutely amazing lap. I couldn't touch that, so maybe I went the wrong way in terms of setup. But P7 for the race, and starting on soft compound tyres, I think we're a solid chance for the race. So here we are then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. As of late, my qualifying pace hasn't been that great, so like in my league race, I'll be hopefully a little bit faster in the race. I think I've got I don't know, I might be an underdog heading into this one because I am starting on the soft compound tyres. I could potentially get away with one less stop, or just have a little bit more flexibility in terms of what I can do in the race. So I do have that up my sleeve, so I might go softs again for the next stint and then finish on mediums, or I could even finish on the super softs if we have a safety car period or something like that. Something that allows me to look after the tyres over the course of the race at some point. But here we go for round 2 of Season 4 of F1 2016 Career Mode. A podium is what I'm aiming for in this one. 5 red lights. And away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Perez just absolutely lightning start off the inside there. Didn't even have the grip of the racing line. He launched it into turn 1, and he might be leading as the Force India of Hulkenberg. Did he touch Perez? I'm not too sure. We might have to get a replay of that, but he's caused a spin. There might be a safety car here. That often triggers a safety car on the first lap. Yep, there we go.
The safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
So even when people don't retire on the first lap, if there's a spin or if there's a bit of a traffic jam on the first lap, there's always that high chance of a safety car. Now, at the end of the first lap, Daniel Ricciardo decides he's had enough of the super soft tyres. He's coming in for a set of... Is it the mediums? No, it's the soft compound tyres. So he is going for a contra strategy in this one, and that promotes us into the top 5. I thought about a pit stop, but only 1 lap into the race, not worth it. Especially given that we're on a harder compounder tyre. So away we go for green flag racing, and we've shot straight up into 2nd place as Raikkonen and Verstappen dive into the pits at the end of the safety car period. And now it's a Mercedes 1-2 as we head on to the start of lap 5. What a dream start this has been so far. I can protect Lewis Hamilton if I wish from the likes of Vettel or anyone behind us. The other guys who have stopped early might have shot themselves in the foot, but we'll have to wait and see. Lewis is in the pits now. That relinquishes us into the lead of the Grand Prix with, still a decent amount of tyre, life left in our tyres. So we can push on for the next few laps and hopefully still rejoin not too far behind the leaders once we eventually make our stop. But carrying on, this is Sebastian Vettel right behind us. He is on the same strategy as us, starting on the soft compound tyres. So he's going to be our direct rival in this Grand Prix and possibly in this championship now that Ferrari is mega quick. Could be an omen for what could be to come in the 2017 season, but we'll have to wait and see. Lap 7, bad exit there onto the right-hander, onto the second last straight of the lap, and I think I tried 4th gear, and I just bogged down, ran wide, and got caught up on the curb, so I won't be trying that again. But either way, heading on to the final corner, the final straight, I decided to go slow and fast out and allow Sebastian Vettel to, carry me along as we move into the lead once again, thanks to some DRS, a bit of slipstream, and some rich revs as well. Yeah, we've taken the lead once again. So hopefully we don't battle too much. Hopefully we don't, hold each other up that much, as now Sebastian pulls into the pits, and now it's down to me to push on as I'm coming in at the end of this lap. Ricciardo sets a purple lap as I just saw that fade away. Here's Seb's pit stop. He goes onto the mediums. As, wow, okay, virtual safety car is out right as Sebastian Vettel makes his pit stop. So this is actually going to help me, believe it or not, because Vettel, stopping 1 lap earlier, is going to get the undercut, and by driving slowly under VSC, that kind of negates the advantage he got by doing the undercut. So as we come in now, I'm expecting to rejoin in front of Vettel, hopefully. Hopefully he, I don't know, maybe encounter traffic or something like that. We're going on to the soft compound tyres again for the next stint of the race, and this could take us to lap 20-21 with the option to finish on the super soft tyres. We have that tyre selected in our next stint, so we'll wait and see how the tyre wear is in this middle stint without any interruptions like the safety car or something like that. But we've rejoined very close to the leaders, and for the next few laps, maybe I can just chill behind these guys, save some fuel, look after my tyres, but I think I might push on and get that track position in the slipstream of Vettel. Raikkonen is up next as well, so we might be able to get in front of him in the braking zone if he doesn't go for a move on Verstappen, which he doesn't. And that allows us to go up the inside into P6. We squeeze out Raikkonen, and that was very close between the two of us. We'll get up a replay from Raikkonen's POV, just how close we got. We cut him off here as we turn in for the corner. Very close between the two of us, but we carry on to lap 11 with Max Verstappen leading the way on the medium tyres towards our teammate Lewis Hamilton. Team radio.
We're doing one more stop today. 1 stop left in our strategy. Pit window will open in 10 laps time. Pit window opens in 10 laps.
Okay, so we are indeed stopping on lap 21, and from there, I think we could get away with a stint on the super soft tyres. So I was just checking that up with Jeff there, just to make sure that we are on the right strategy at the moment. Lap 11 going on to 12, we are smashing past Max Verstappen in the Red Bull. Even so, in a Mercedes that still isn't fully upgraded in terms of straight line speed, we can still absolutely dominate Verstappen and the Red Bulls in a straight line. However, I am going for a low downforce setup, exactly like I was in my league race in Abu Dhabi. So maybe that's why I was slow in quali, because I just didn't have the downforce on low fuel. But anyway, we carry on to lap 15. Verstappen is in the slipstream again. So even with my low drag setup in the slipstream, which is ridiculously powerful on an F1 2016, it still allows him to challenge me coming into the braking zone. Didn't allow him to at least get alongside, so at least my low downforce is accounting for something. Lap 16, Lewis Hamilton is in for his final stop, and he might be going onto the medium tyres to finish off this race. Here comes Sebastian Vettel again on a similar strategy to me, but on the medium tyres. This is side by side for the lead of the race. We make contact wheel to wheel as we come into the braking zone. I'm squeezing him right to the right hand side just to go defensive. We hang it around the outside and we hold on to the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix for the moment. Ricardo is in the background, and no, he's actually made a pit stop. Never mind. Here comes Vettel again into turn 4. We hold on, and hopefully now he can piss off and stop trying to dive bomb me and just trying to overtake me when I'm trying to push on and make lap time while everyone else is on fresher tyres. A mistake there from me heading into the triple left-hander. Doesn't help my pace, doesn't help my battle against the likes of my teammate Verstappen and everyone else who was stopped earlier in this race. It allows Vettel again to have another opportunity, going around the outside now through the third sector, through the fast right-hander. He's still holding it there around the outside. He's got better tyre wear, and I don't know, he's faster at this point in the race, and there he gets me around the outside. I just concede the position. I might stick it down into lean here just to look after the engine. We move to the inside, but we think better of it. We're going to wait for the DRS and just smash past him on the start-finish straight anyway. So back up into rich rev, slipstream, DRS, and yeah, there you go. It's easy as you like. Straight line speed pass. It's a no effort pass really. But again, we make another mistake on the next lap. Inside front lockup, and there goes Vettel once again. A bit annoying because at this stage I'm just trying to push on, and maybe I'm pushing too hard, and I'm just throwing a lot of lap time away. We go purple here on lap 20. That was with the help of some slipstream and DRS from Vettel. The pressure has gone away, so it allowed me to concentrate a bit more on finding the pace and the tyres at the back end of the stint. And now we're in for our final stop on the super soft tyres. We were scheduled to come in on the next lap, but I thought I can't allow these guys to get too much of an undercut. I will leave too much of a gap to the end to chase down, so I thought I'd come in one lap early and give myself more of a chance to defend my position, and give myself more of a chance to catch them and overtake them. But I'm just going to have to deal with tyre wear at the back end of the race, so I thought the risk was worth it, especially if there's another safety car. That could really save us and help look after our tyres towards the back end of this race. So that's the scenario. We sit in P8. Effectively, we might be P5 or something like that. We've got to overtake both the Red Bulls, both the Ferraris, and Lewis Hamilton, our teammate, to win the Bahrain Grand Prix. Lewis is only a few seconds up the road, so I think we can do this. Up the inside of Vettel, heading into turn 1. We might get Raikkonen too. And there we go. We've got him into P6. Next up are both the Red Bulls, who are squabbling, and we should be able to take advantage of this. Verstappen, terrible exit through turn 2, and we're going to use the slipstream of Ricardo to pull away from him, and maybe, yeah, up the inside of Ricardo as well, who was on the medium tyres. So that was way too easy. That was so easy for me to get in front of Ricardo. I had, tyres that were 2 compounds softer. He had no chance of defending against us on fresh tyres. So now we sit in effective P2. Next up is Lewis Hamilton, our teammate, who has just got in front of Romain Grosjean, who still needs to make another stop. Perez is leading this race, and he still needs to make another stop, of course, as well. So with 7 laps to go, the gap is literally 2 or 3 tenths. So the win is well and truly on the cards today. We just need to be patient, wait for the move to present itself, and we'll be in the lead. All we'll have to do is just defend to the finish. With 6 laps to go now, we're still chasing down Lewis Hamilton. We've only been following him really for the last lap, and we are waiting for that opportune moment. Maybe a a pass up the inside into the final corner, or maybe even into the first corner. A spot where we've been so strong over the course of the weekend with our low downforce setup. Lewis has been, you know, really the benchmark for me all weekend. He's been so quick. He was mega in qualifying. I don't know where he found that pace, but in race scenarios, in terms of consistency, it looks like we are at least a match of Lewis Hamilton, especially now that we're on the super soft tyres and he is on the mediums. He is, of course, going to be quite threatening towards the back end of this race, because his tyres are going to hold out much better than me. So I need to get in front of him now, then build a gap, and we'll see how we go with a few laps to go in this Bahrain Grand Prix. There we go, into the lead, and he really doesn't have anything to contest with us. So from here, we lead the race. We need to build up the gap to at least a second, break outside of that DRS window, and make sure, more importantly, that he doesn't have slipstream on us. Otherwise, he can just close in at a ridiculously fast rate of knots. But into the triple left-hander, we seem to be much faster than the AI on the traction there. We can get on the power so early, and we make up so much time on the exit of that corner, especially with the super soft tyres we have on at the moment. Through the left-hander, fourth gear, we've run wide a little bit on the curb, and that's given us a bit of oversteer, and we've lost a bit of time to Lewis Hamilton. Unfortunately, I feel like that was the turning point in this race, because that was our moment for us to break out of the 1 second window, but unfortunately we weren't able to do that, and now we're getting to the back end of our tyre stint here. So that means Lewis Hamilton was able to stay onto the back of me that much easier. I didn't have that gap to really lean on towards the back end of the stint. If I would have broken out a 1 second DRS, I would have been able to maintain the same pace, or at least maybe be a little bit quicker than the likes of Lewis Hamilton. But now that I haven't got away from him, he's just going to stay with me for the rest of the race. So that's really annoying when I'm having to nurse tyres that's well past their, let's say, usable life, shall we say. We're at 51% at the moment. So from here on in, you're going to see a noticeable drop-off in not only grip, in terms of performance. The braking distances are going to be much longer than normal, so it's going to make things much easier for the likes of Vettel and Hamilton to overtake us. Vettel has just slammed into the back of me, and the second phase of that braking zone, I thought it was all fine, and then all of a sudden he lets off the braking pedal, and he smashes into the back of me, loses a bit of his front wing, and now he's into the pits. So he's just thrown away a podium in this Grand Prix by running into the back of me. I don't know what Sebastian Vettel was thinking, especially given that he's in a championship fight, side by side with my teammate Lewis Hamilton, for the lead of the Grand Prix on the penultimate lap, and Lewis squeezes me off the track. Verstappen follows him through, and he goes into second place. No, it's Ricciardo, I'm sorry. So it's two Australians versus Lewis Hamilton. Hopefully, it's this Australian that's talking right now who can get the better of them, but on tyres that are absolutely dead at this stage, there is not much I can do at this stage to really fight. I'm really hoping that Lewis and Ricciardo get caught up in some traffic like this Toro Rosso right here, or maybe if they can just battle really hard and that slows them up and allows me to just come in out of nowhere and get both of them. But at this stage, with 1 lap to go, with tyres that are failing away, I'm not liking my chances. We have to push on. Kvyat is up next. He's a lap down and defending into turn 1. Going very slowly. Have to go around the outside, which costs me a little bit of time. Jolyon Palmer is out of the Grand Prix. Let's have a look why. Is it an engine failure? No, it's not. There's a Haas on the freaking racing line through the fast right-hander. And he's out. So is the Haas, and Amana collects him as well. What a stupid crash to have on the last lap of the Grand Prix. They'll be both furious to throw away maybe even a points finish. I don't know where they were in the Grand Prix, but you'd be devastated to get this far and not finish the race. But anyway, through the final corner, Daniel Ricciardo has taken the lead off of Lewis Hamilton, and on the run up to the line, Ricciardo has stolen the Bahrain Grand Prix, and with that, so many points for Mercedes have just gone down the pan thanks to Ricciardo's brilliance through the final corner. And what was going to be a Mercedes 1-2 has only turned into a double podium.
Good job, you did really well. Super driving.
And I can see now the drivers are making their way out. We need Red Bull fighting at the front. They do an incredible amount for Formula One. And that's another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes.
So Daniel Ricciardo, the man who I wrote off in terms of winning this race, in terms of even being a contender in this Grand Prix, he stopped at the end of the first lap under safety car. It was no doubt a turning point for him. for some reason he must have had so much clean air and was able to drive away in this Grand Prix so quickly without traffic that he's put himself in a position where he was able to challenge Lewis Hamilton at the back end of that Grand Prix, and fair play to him. He went for a dive up the inside into the final corner. Not many people would be willing to do that, to put their race on the line, and he's come away with the victory. A shame in the end because he's taken away so many points from Mercedes just in that one moment alone. I think we could have managed that better as a team with myself and Lewis battling away for the lead there. I think we really threw away the win there, but I think it's not going to be the last time that we have an opportunity to win a race. There's definitely going to be more, and hopefully we can have some 1-2s in the process as well. But to some good news, we now lead the Constructors, which is all I can really ask for. That is the goal of Season 4 of this championship. So, you know, we can't be doing too bad if we're leading the Constructors. But resource points, we're now just shy of 1,600, and I think we can do another upgrade. In terms of the driver position, it has been atrocious. I haven't been meeting my goals in qualifying, and I haven't been beating Lewis in the race. So it makes me look very bad as a driver at the moment. Despite not having, you know, a really bad start to the season. I got 7th place in the first one. You know, that was a bit average. But I got a podium today, so Mercedes have very, very high standards. And unless I can rectify that, I might be getting fired in a few races' time, believe it or not. Even though I'm trying my utmost hardest to actually do well for the team. But that's been this episode for today, guys. The Bahrain Grand Prix. Make sure you smash the like button for this episode. I really enjoyed it. There were so many battles over the course of it. Strategy came into it. And when we were smashing through the field in that final stint, I thought, this is the dream. This is going to be an amazing race. And then the tyre wear kicked in. Hamilton closed us in and got us back. So, oh well. We'll have to wait for another day to get our first race win of the season. We also did an upgrade. Another one for the downforce. I was contemplating doing the weight reduction, but I thought downforce is what we needed. I was suffering with a bit of understeer over the course of this weekend. But that's been this video for today. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to see plenty more F1 videos. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoy the Grand Prix this weekend for the 2017 season. And yeah, I don't know. Let me know who you think's going to win. And I'll see you guys next time for a brand new video.